Okay, thank you, Dania. Okay, first, I want to say that good evening. In Bali, it's already 9:17 p.m. and thank you guys for being here. Tonight we will talk about very interesting topic, I guess. It's called Fusion of Faith, the dynamic landscape of interreligious marriage in Indonesia. And something that interests me to talk about this because I see a lot of uh, people doing intercultural marriage, but the end of that, one of them is joining to like following the parental, yeah, like joining the man or maybe joining the woman. But I also interested in this topic because I have a crush in different religions. Each of you will be eager to sharing your perspective regarding this. So now let's move on to the first slide. Are you ready, guys? Please say that you're ready in the section. Sorry, comment section. So if you have what is called, if you have want to say your thought, you can raise your hand, and I will open the mic. Okay, I hope you see the slide now. Okay, the first question that I want to ask you, do you support or oppose interfaith marriage? What is your thought? Okay, maybe I will start with Angga. Mr. Angga, please share your thought.
I know that this is like complicated issue in Indonesia, and it's also pretty controversial as well. Yeah, based on the law as well, it's like I don't know. I think it's not allowed, right, to have getting married with different religions based on the law. However, in my opinion, I think that the relationships should be based on the concerns between the two partners. If they agree to build a relationship and agree, to build like a future together, I think it's still okay. Because even though you have like a partner with different religions and beliefs and yeah, everything, but if you guys don't have concerns over, building your relationships, I think this is gonna be bad as well for these two partners. So yeah, for me, it's not like from which religion you are from, but it's more on like the concerns between these two partners. If it's based on the religions, it's okay, but if it's not, it's okay too. That's my opinion.
So from the what they say that you support to if the couples had a marriage, then they choose to be they have their own religion. Did you support that? Like
Yeah, from the concerns, not from the concerns come from the religions, which is still
yes,
okay for me.
yeah.
So the the base here is from the concerns. That's my principle.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Angga. And then who else want to share his your thought? I think Iqbal has raising his hand. You want to say something, Iqbal?
Oh, me? Okay. Thank you. Do you support us of a silent faith marriage? Yeah, I agree with Mr. Anga said before. It's kind of like a complicated question And we just started to do a discussion on, we got this question as an opening. That's really complicated. Yeah, based on experience, I have like some family who decided to, yeah, to do a marriage, even like they are from a different interfaith or religion. And as far as I say, uh, it's quite complicated and hard to do because like both of them um they hold the different uh direction or guide in their life. And yeah, and I also agree with Mr. Unger perspective as well before, like it's about concept. If they agree it's other for everything will happen in the future when they have decided to do that one. Maybe it means they have accepted and will accept whatever happen in the future. So yeah, I can say personally, I will say no because yeah, based on like I have seen in my life, it's really hard to do. Even maybe it's can happen in the first, in the second, but what about for a long time? What about when they have had like some children? So it's kind of hard for the children as well to just like uh, so they choose their father uh, religion, or so they choose their mother religion. So yeah, it's really complicated. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Iqbal. So I have another one first participant that joined and want to share the thought is a moonshine. Can you please share the thought?
All right, thank you so much. Actually, I cannot answer it with yes or no, but my position is clear about marriage and relationship is like God creates love to unite us, not separate us. But in terms of culture and social situation that happen in Indonesia, actually, the problem is when marriage it's become institutionalized by the state. It means that they have to to make a law how to make it how to say it, like make it as a legal relationship that recognized by the state, and it is supposed to protect the rights of the children. It's actually that's the history why marriage is being ruled by the state, because they're trying to protect the rights of the children. Because long time ago, when they not see marriage as important things to recognize by the state, a lot of, we can say it like um, born child that doesn't have father or doesn't know who's their mother, and so on so on. So actually that's the spirit why marriage is being institutionalized by the state. But personally, I support interfaith marriage, because the previous speaker said they don't support, so I get to support it. So we have two different perspectives tonight. So why I support it? Because it actually, it's how to say it, like I'm the one who support that people should have free, uh not free, how to say it, like the expression to love and have a family based on their interests, and also their what is that, their feeling. So it means that when they already agree on several base condition and so on, it means that the state or everyone else cannot prohibit that them to have a marriage. by their own conscious. So yeah, I think it's complicated because our culture is not how to say it, like it's not a used thing to do in Indonesia. But actually, I forget it's from the survey or statement, but most of Gen Z actually they put religion is not the most important thing no more to choose partner, because for the situation that improving the current situation right now, they choose more like the stability and also economic purpose for choosing partners. So yeah, I think in the future for several years, several why is it so hard to several years, I think people will how to say it, like accept it with interfaith marriage. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Moonshine. No, we had another side, like, hey, the Moonshine. What is your name, Moonshine? What is your name?
You can call me yours.
Huh?
You can call me love. You can call me baby. Whatever you want.
Ah, okay. So, okay, I will move to another question. Okay, I will move to the second question. Why are interfaith marriages are not widely accepted? Maybe some of participants already say that, but I want to hear the perspective from Shopee. Are you join with us?
Yes, miss, I'm here.
Yeah, can you give your perspective about why are the interfaith marriage are not widely accepted in Indonesia, especially?
I think because we are the country with the majority of us have believe in God, and one of the rules in most of religion that we don't supposed to marry with different beliefs. But I think, and also another reason, maybe because of the culture in Indonesia, having different beliefs with your significant other is not only the problem. It can be having different race also could be one of uh the thing that can block your or prevent or postpone your marriage. But for me personally, I uh, I will completely agree with interfaith marriage because having ideal partner is already hard nowadays. Imagine that all right, imagine that the only thing that prevent your marriage with your loved one is really, I agree with Mr. Iqbal said this thing is really complicated because sometimes both of us as a couple already fine with our own beliefs, and also regarding to the children we also can give them the right to choose their own belief as well. But the main problem is both of a couple's families, which most of us pretty conservatives. And yeah, I think that's the main problem that we should discuss more about it, because I would love to know the answer as well. Like, because my current boyfriend also having different belief with me, so I would like to know I would like to know the solution. Okay, thank you, miss.
Thank you, Shopee. And I want to hear more from Miftahul Khair. Are you joining us? Okay, I think Miftahul Khair is had a trouble with the connection. Maybe I want to ask to Dania, my friend. Dania, can you give your thought?
Here, in my point of view, it's some seems with Miss Sophie because of the maybe it depends to the culture of the family because marriage isn't about two person together be one, but also about each other family. Do they will accept the differences, religions, and also culture that they have, and it's like the compromise with family isn't that easy and it's like more difficult than us discuss with our partner. I think that's one of the big challenge that interfaith marriage have. And also, if in the future, maybe it's about how they see like why when they faces the any problem in life, like, and also about how they will raise their children about the belief that they need to teach to their children how to uh, believe in God, like how we can describe to make our children understand that we have different God, but God is one, but we have different name about it, and it's one. It's also like the challenges we have.
Yeah, I totally agree with both of you guys. And it okay, Moonshine will give the another. Okay, one more. Moonshine and Iqbal. Okay, first Moonshine. What do you thought?
So yeah, I'm gonna add something that actually it's because of the history that Indonesia has. That's why we have complicated things regarding to marriage, interfaith marriage. So actually, when after the Independence Day, the movement of Christian, was that the Christianity? Yeah, the Christianity one. How to say it? Like they spread the religion to Indonesia. So the fight between Muslim and Christian during Sukarno era is really in high tension. So after Sukarno changed by Suharto, the president tried to maintain control and stability. So that's why he proposed a marriage bill to prevent a lot of people convert from Muslim into Christianity. So that's why the bill about marriage, Undang-Undang Nomor 174, he made it based on the Quran. For example, like you have to make a permission from your parents and so on and so on. And after that, the stability, they can provide stability and the growth of population, the growth of Muslim and Christianity in linear how's it, linear growth in linear. So that's it's already doctrine a lot by parents to their children and until now. So that's why when we talk about interfaith marriage, it's not complicated. Actually, it's based on the experience that Indonesian feel in the past, and they bring it as a fear in present situation. So that's why we are like when someone has interfaith marriage, people will how do you say, like try to put a comment nyinyir or something like that, because they have the fear from the past. And but don't worry, since in Jakarta and Bandung the court already agreed to recognize the interfaith marriage, but there is but in that, only for Muslim and Christian only. So if you're Muslim and you marry Hindu or Buddha, so it's still not recognized by the state. So it's for Muslim and Christian only. Yeah, I think I just want to put the politic perfection, because it's really uh, they have the connection from the past until the present. Thank you, Sari.
Okay, thank you, Moonshine. Yeah, that's a little bit of political sides, but I just had a had a new perspective about that. Thanks, Moonshine. And then Iqbal, I think he is raising hand. Do you want to
Thank you
share?
very much.
Okay.
On 2 or 3 years ago, I have an Indonesian friend. She's a girl, and she has a boyfriend from another country and also another religion. And because of the fact that in Indonesia they cannot marriage, they cannot do interfaith marriage, so they decided to do that in Canada. And yeah, I also agree with Mr. Monshine, like how could it happen, like interfaith marriage in Indonesia, it's still taboo. So it has like a long journey and a long history in the past. And why are interfaith marriages not widely accepted? Because it's not just influence from one factor, but yeah, the factors are from different things, like from religion, from social, economic, and many more. So yeah, there are still a lot of people who don't want to accept it and agree with like the rule that if the interfaith marriage is allowed in Indonesia, because yeah, the fact is connected each other. So when suddenly one fact is changed, so it will give um, an impact to many things. So it's not easy as we can say, but yeah, maybe in the future, like Mr. Munchan said as well, in some cities nowadays they decided to allow it, even it's still like for to religion. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for sharing your thought, Iqbal. Now I want to continue to the next question. Okay, what is this? Maybe it's more interesting. How do societal and cultural factors influence the acceptance of interfaith marriage? Okay, we had a new member here. That is Kobe Education. Maybe you want to share your thought?
Can you hear my voice, by the way?
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
sure.
I'm on the train on board now. Okay, that's why I cannot make sure that the signal is much stable. Okay. Regarding this question, it's very intriguing because, of course, both factors would like severely influence whether the interfaith marriages would be accepted or not. But to my way of thinking, if we look at to the Middle Eastern countries like uh, mostly Islam-based countries, they totally reject this idea because I'm like, is the East culture to become more conservative and limited at the same time, I suppose, and it goes contradicting heavily when it comes to the culture embraced by so many people living in Western countries like America, Europeans, so on and so forth, where they believe that the freedom of everything, speech and exercises should be like being upheld at all cost. So yeah, societal cultures can be also interpreted by rapidly like the education of the crowds, economic, political status, and so on and so forth. That's why the policies enacted by the government, also the level of education of the society themselves, their accessibility to that, and of course about the economic. I mean, like sometimes the wealthier people, the the more tolerant they could be. Sometimes it's still like worth testing, but I guess yeah. I mean, like when people are limited in terms of wealth, they become like having no options, right? And that's why they only follow what they believe to be true that they can afford. I'm sorry. I think that's all because it's a little bit crowded right here. Thank you. I couldn't hear your voice. Just tell me.
Okay, thank you, Mr. from Kobe Education. You can share your name later. And I think you are right. Sometimes the economic and maybe people want to more get in more freedom for choosing the cultural factors, but I want to listen more from Miss Shopee. Can you share it all?
Yes, Miss.
Okay.
Yes, Miss. Well, what was the
Yeah.
question?
How do societal and cultural factor influence the acceptance of interfaith marriage?
The acceptance. Mm, okay. I have no idea what is the ideal. Sorry, what's that? The factors that finally make the interfaith marriages got accepted in the society, but I've seen a couple of marriages that finally works. Um, uh, I think the first one is economic. That like no matter how the parents what is the English of menentang, no matter the how hard the parents menentang in the beginning, at the end of the day, if your love is a strong is strong enough you can convince them, at the end of the day the parents will accept it. It always like that, because the only thing that they want in their kids life is their own happiness. And if they can see that, if they can see the partner, for example, let's take the example from the woman's family. If the parent already see like the guy that my daughter would marry is financial stable, is a mature guy, have a good personality, okay, I will tolerate that. Regarding to the heaven and hell, like let them deal with it by themselves. But uh all I can all I can hope is the best future for my daughter. I think that is finally the finish line of pertentangan of your parents. Please someone help me, what is the English of speaking for experience? I haven't married yet, but yeah, I think that will works. Keep convince your parents, guys, to how strong your love is. I think that's it. Thank you, Miss.
Thank you, Miss Shopee. Now, I want to hear from Andy. Did you agree with what Miss Shopee said?
Actually, I disagree with what some of the point I agree, but for me, marriage is not only it's not merely about love, I think, because um how actually the love works is sometimes it ups and downs. So as the love, it is actually a verb. It is not a noun. So in terms of marriage, uh, it is not merely all about love. But marriage actually is a formalized form of relation to express the love. So so what is marriage? Marriage actually a formal form where two-person, man and woman, can express their love legally, which is recognized by the government, which has already mentioned from numerous speakers before. And because of that, due of that, marriage, uh, if we talk about marriage, marriage cannot be separated from the obligation and the rights of man of two parties here, man and woman. They have their obligation and their rights. Uh, uh, and the rights in the marriage relation. And actually, this thing made uh, the marriage, interfaith marriage, become complicated because once we talk about obligation, as for example, if the man, as for example, has a different religion with girls, for example, Islam, would be hard to determine the obligation of the man for the woman, which in Islam, it is a mandatory for the man to provide uh, uh, to to provide a uh, not food income, made income for the family. It is the obligation. And actually, the rules, the government rules marriage, is because it is because to protect the rights of each parties here, not only both, but also the big family and also the children. Uh, uh, so once it comes up with the issue of interfaith marriage, the basic question will be goes to uh, uh, how can interfaith marriage bring uh, clarity? So, uh, so actually, one of the function of the law is to bring clarity among the parties. Something it is not clear, it is supposed to be a conflict in the near future. So it will be really a huge potential conflict among the parties if there is no clarity. Uh, uh, if there is no clarity because of interfaith marriages, it is number one. And lastly, I want to expose that besides of besides of the obligation and the rights between the parties who engage in marriage, I also want to highlight that actually people still can love each other without marriage. So that's why, yes, you still can have love, but actually, uh, the 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 obligation and the rights also will not follow uh, without marriage. Uh, Maybe that's all I want to say. Maybe there's mistakes. I'm sorry. Thank you for listening, guys.
Okay, thank you, Andy. And wow, so many people want to give the feedback. Maybe from the one is Sunshine first.
Okay, I'd like to firstly respond. he said that he disagreed softly regarding that marriage need more than love. Okay, I guess there's even stronger reasons why we need to like having like interfaith marriages because we put a different standard not to only love but also wealth, for example, education, for example, social status, for example. So we got to some religions that would justify the interfaith marriage even more. Okay, that's the first. The second would be about like okay, so Islam has its own regulations, its policies regarding the rights and the obligations, and somehow I'm like kind of fear that we couldn't like compromise with each other's rules. But I believe that our society has been like fully reconstructed. I mean, like we tend to accept more modern values where we can engage in more fair and dynamic ways, in which like rather than
Sunshine? Is that my signal?
I think
No, we
it's
can hear.
yeah, Mr.
Ah,
Sunshine.
okay. Okay. After the
okay, so yeah, I mean like we can still compromise because like prior to get married, we did talk about our own weaknesses, our own like strengths, right? Because interfaith marriages is like more than just any normal marriages, right? So of course we need like be more cautious and careful in determining whether or not we should be held. Of course, it would be not only about love. They got conscious on taking these decisions. Of course, it will not only about like regulations. It will be more about that. I mean, like people these days become more eye open regarding like preparations to go to marriage, rather than compared to the marriage in the past. It's like we tend to accept. Okay, we tend to accept whatever happened to us, but now people become more aware thanks to social media exposures. They can like having deeper educations on marriage, what to do before and after middle of marriage. And that's why they can somehow prevent themselves from getting some pains, physical, mental, before and during the marriage itself. So yeah, I think that's the basic assumptions that I want to say regarding Andy's arguments or opinions. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Sunshine. And okay, Moonshine, want to give the feedback. We want to give the feedback to Andy or the Sunshine. Okay, share your thoughts.
So actually, I will not oppose the idea of my brother Sunshine. So I just want to answer the question about the culture and the society. So actually, uh, the problem in Indonesia is just not about religion because a lot of problems that I found is actually also about race and maybe tribe or about the bloodline in several cases like in Bali, for example, they're already in the same religion but different case, different caste. So it means that as long as the people and the society create the form of of the perspective of ideal marriage, so it means that the society will follow what it's been taught and and they will not have a choice to make a different decision. But as long as the education, the economic problem, and also the rise of, and not the rise, the, how to say, like, not improving, but maybe the change of the culture in several ways. So I think that in the future, maybe it's not coming from the top, it's not coming from the government, that actually is coming from the society, that they are finally understand that because we live in different, a lot of different identities, so it means that we cannot like prohibited the what's that, the interfaith marriage anymore, because because if we live in like diversity society, so it's really hard to 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 deny the possibility to meet, maybe just like me Sophie, like having a different religion, long distance relationship, for example, like that. So actually changes will come when the people, they in the same area, that they more diverse, and try to create stability and unite themselves. So I think the role of culture is really important to support interfaith marriage, because because how to say, like the changes always come from the society. So but the problem is, just like I still don't understand, like how to say it, like the state already recognized interfaith marriage, but the problem is about the thought, the script, the scripture, and so on. So actually that's coming, that's bother me a lot, like when people ask me, are you supporting interfaith marriage, I cannot answer it, because in different scripture, different culture will have different answer. And 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 I agree with Mr. Andy said, like it's not just about love, but actually it's how to compromise and have agreement to maintain the relationship, and so on and so on. And but actually marriage now become a scary word, because we keep words like cheating and separation, and so belum. So I think cultural and society will hold the important role to form the new kind of interfaith marriage, or the decision, or the rule in the future. So yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sunshine. Sorry, Moonshine. And Andy, do you want to give your feedback?
Still, there is any question after this? I think we can still continue the discussion if
Okay,
there is any question.
maybe I move to the next question. How does having different religious belief impact a marriage? What the challenge faced in interfaith marriage? Maybe you can give in your thought.
Okay, by your permission, Mrs. Pudaksari. And guys, according to my opinion, how does having different religious belief impact marriage? In Indonesia, there are 5 formal religion that is recognized by the government. So in terms of here, I talk about in the context of Indonesia. What is I also highlight that um, it is not only interfaith marriages facing challenges. isn't it? Right? Every marriage are facing we could say somehow classic marital problem, um like economical problem, and also even it is not only about marriage but also intercultural marriage, like Sundanese with the Japanese. Like there is an old folk story uh, where Sundanese and Japanese ever engage in war their prince in the past, so it becomes like a tradition where Japanese and Sundanese cannot uh, be together. So I want to say that interfaith marriage, as same as other, it also has their uh, the it also has their problem. Actually, interfaith marriages face a problem for big family, like it has been said before, where the big family sometimes oppose the interfaith marriages due to many reasons, but actually it is there just to uh, agree with the idea that they don't support interfaith marriages. Second, um, uh, different different religious belief impact in future, where the obligation and the rights of the parties are not still not uh, uh, stipulated in the rule by the government. So there is still no clarity for the interfaith marriages in Indonesia. But above all, as already mentioned by Moonshine before, in Jakarta and Bandung, uh, the prac the practice has already settled, where the civil civil what was the civil registration office has already right uh, officially for the Christian and the Muslim marriage, but it still be the homo for other religions. Um, the impact, I also assume that I just want to say last thing, that family is a mini organization, and it is assumed that the two engaged person has already matured enough to responsible taking care their mini organization, and responsible for the organization between the two parties need clarity among the parties, especially for the obligation and the rights. And as for example, how to maintain success in the future for the kids, and how the separation of assets if someone has already died. That's all I want to say relating to the question.
Thank you, Andy. And I want to hear another thought from Dania. Are you still with us?
Yes, Miss. I hope
Hey,
my
how
voice
about your
is
thought?
clear.
Yeah, still clear.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I think how does having different religious belief impact on marriage? Religion will affect how couples think about and react to maybe also in stressful situations. like religion plays a role in this cycle because it can change how couples cope with and think about the difficultness things in their lives. If individuals post cope in a compatible way based on a similar value, they will communicate better. So I think it's gonna be like difficult to. It's one of the things that will impact about how they are things and react to the situation in their life, and also when they are has have a conflict. Yeah. Hello.
Dania, okay.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you, Dania. I want to share a little bit perspective from me when you face the interfaith marriage, especially in Bali. Maybe you will have learn about all the things that your couples uh what we call like the religious roots, like what they do and what the culture doing until they both are had a same perspective about their religious. So that's what I thought. Maybe we can move to the next question. Okay. How do couple navigate religious ritual, tradition, and ceremonies in an interfaith marriage? Maybe you guys had have to see from your religion or maybe your tradition how the couple navigate the religious ritual. Maybe you can share it out and raise your hand. Or maybe I will start with Iqbal.
Uh,
You had a
Actually, I have no idea about this one because I never see this. But commonly, when some close friends in my life, uh, when they like both of them are from different religion, one of them will decide it like to
follow.
I don't know is
Mhm.
give up of what, but they decided like to join to their couple's religion. Maybe especially just for yeah the rituals, but after that sometimes like when after they do a marriage after 3 years, the couple like one of them they decided to uh join back in their religion. So they just make it easy, like to have same religion for rituals, but after that, like yeah, then they come back again in their own religions. It's other. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Iqbal. Who can share a thought? Maybe here at in the chat box, I see that Mr. Sunshine. Did you had a idea about this?
Okay, the idea. Okay. So if I were a Hindu people and I thought they're a bit like Islam, though, then I would say we're going to like bring up the topic first about how to respect each other, worship. Okay, it means that okay, if she wants to like go to mosque, and I will just bring her there, and the same goes when like uh, so do I. I was like, if I needed some facilities for the sake of my proper worship, then I will answer to serve my heart. Um, but despite the difficulties, I believe that this would like embed a sense of a huge sense of compassion among to the children's. I mean, it's like how the children can have more options on how to see the diversity living in such heterogeneous family. I suppose this is important. This is something lack from our society because our society is like been done with by embracing only one majority religion, and that's why they become more skeptical and quick to respect or to be more tolerant for accepting differences, especially in terms of religion. And that's why talking about religion is something more used for political purposes, and that's why it's like very easy to mengadu domba people on behalf of religion. That's what religion is somehow sensitive, and yeah, I think we need to learn each other because like when we go with interfaith marriages, we can learn the concepts of different religions, how they worship the God, how we get to know better about something that we never guessed before. This is a very interesting. If it is allowed to in my religions, then I would do that. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
I agree with you. Thanks. And Mr. Moonshine will share the thought, please.
So yeah, actually, I'm not really a religious person, but I uphold the culture and tradition values. So whatever I try to decide about the marriage, it means that it always have to base on my tradition and the culture. So because I keep believe that whatever way that you choose to find God or try to connect with God, it's your choice, and it's always the best choice. Nothing wrong, nothing right, because nothing wrong. I said nothing right, nothing wrong, because every is on uh try to get or try to connect with God. But I just want to share my case, but it's not about marriage, but what I imagine about with if I have an interfaith marriage. So actually, I already said that I don't really care about how to make it legal marriage, make it the marriage legal, even if it should held on the church or mosque or in the temple. But as long as my tradition and my culture is also held in the process of the marriage, because uh in my life, actually, always see everything it's comes from compromise. It's always come from agreement. So as long as I agree with for example with the partner, the future partner, it's I just like it's okay, just let us live with the agreement and how we compromise with the situation. But I have a story from my friends who had the interfaith marriage. Uh, about the let's see about the religious rituals. So actually, they just like the husband is Muslim and the wife is Catholic. So they just like it's okay to you to still practice your religion, as long as we don't have any argument or several things to talk in what's that the relationship. They only talk about religion when they try to talk about life, for example, like how to like comes up with calmness, kindness, and so on and so on, and also the definition of happiness, for example, like, and they are married twice in the mosque and also in the church. Like the hell is happened there, and and also the tradition and ceremony actually because they were born in Jakarta and grew up in Jakarta. So actually the tradition and ceremonies is already too modern, like we see in the movie or something like that. So it's just like yeah, just make it legal on their religion and go to the administrative office. But the interesting thing is how they separate the children religion. So in their agreement on pre-marriage contract, they said that if the child is a boy, is if they have a son, it means that the son should follow Islam. But if the child is a woman or they have a daughter, so it means that the daughter will follow Catholic. And now they have son and daughter. So it's like okay, it's a good thing to agree there. So yeah, I think it's just when they are in love and they try to make things work. Actually, they will find how to survive and make their relationship long lasting enough to until that separated them. Yeah, I think that.
Thank you, Mr. Moonshine. I want to share what I have to see in Bali. That was my friend. They do interfaith marriage, and the man's from Hindus in Bali, and the woman is from Sunda, I think. Yeah, she is Muslim, and they do the marriage. When they marriage, they do like the two ceremonies. And first, in the Balinese, the woman is like joining all the rituals to join in the Hindus, like the day from the day that she is born until they marriage. And then after all the things, after all the rituals in Bali, so they do the same things in the Sunda, and they marriage twice. Yeah, like what the Moonshine said, they do it like
Yeah,
like
because in Bali actually the culture is stronger than the religion. I mean like the teaching and the thought of the life is based on Balinese culture. So uh that's why a lot of like Sundanese is really comfortable when it comes to have a partner from Bali because it's easier to how to say like comes to the agreement. And fun fact is like Balinese of mostly the Hindu from Bali actually they contribute the large number of conversion in Indonesia. So it's like 40 it's like 20 or 30% that Hindus from Bali is convert to another religion, mostly Christian, because that's we call like the culture is stronger than religion. It means that they never see religion as as the most important thing, but they will uphold the culture and the traditional values. So yeah, that's just my pre-assumption. I still have to research more deeper than that.
thanks. And I want to hear something from Indre Wanov. Can you join us?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Yeah, it's really interesting and also is so fucking challenging. Yeah, if you're trying to talk about the willingness and also to keep our feelings as the interfaith marriages. And however, with open communications, mutual respect, and willingness to compromise, I suppose that couple can navigate these differences successfully. Based on me, this is only based on me because I have many friends that related to this problem. Here are a few strategies that a couple often find helpful. First of all, it's like maybe, yeah, we need to open the honest communications. is so critically crucial for couples to have open and honest conversations about their religion's belief, value, and expectations. Yeah, this include discussing their individual practices, the significance rituals, or the level of involvement they desire in their respective religious communities. So this is the first, open and honest communications. And the second is respect for differences. So I suppose that it's not 100% can respect because it's talking about religions, yeah. Some things that sometimes 100% there are the several religion also there is no big negotiation. If they're wrong, if this is wrong, it should be wrong. There is no big conversation about it, and I understand that. So that's why between talking about culture and also religion sometimes it's so fucking difficult with that case. But yeah, I suppose that each partner should respect the other's belief and tradition even if they don't personally follow them. Yeah, cultivating an environment of the respect helps create a foundation for understanding and acceptance. And strategy number 3 for me, finding a common ground. Yeah. I suppose that couple can explore areas where their belief overlap or share similar values. For example, yeah, if you have the same values, maybe it's like Muslim and Christian, for example, there are the several values that same. So it can make this become a strong root how to make them will be closer each other. But if you don't find that similar values and you have find a kind of the big or 100% difference, you can discuss about it. Yeah, which kind of the thing that is better, what should we do now, what should we follow, and others. So back again, yeah, respect for differences is one of the indispensable method to talk about this. And also number 4 is like Mr. Murah Eka compromise and flexibility is one of the biggest challenge. Yeah, how to make us as the couple trying to understand what our wife say and also what our husband say in the situation. And uh the last for me is educational and learning. Yeah, sometimes we minded situations. But yeah, everyone has a different side. It's like number 6 and number 9. When I'm trying to say this is number 6, but you see that in another side, you mentioned that this is not 6, this is 9. Everyone has a different perspective about that. No, yeah, we can find it the situation with education and learning. Yeah, because education is the high level how to make you will be respect each other. When you know that, and I suppose that everyone will live carefully and everyone will trying to save each other. Yeah, in behalf of respect. Yeah, in the behalf of respect, I suppose that between or each religion will try to respect each other. So why not? When every one can get married even though has the big wall that's called by religions, but if they love each other, love is including a respect and others, so they can live together. So why not? So there are the several strategies how do couples navigate religious ritual, tradition, and ceremonies in interpret of marriage based on my opinion. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Indre. Yeah. Um, I agree to Indre and thanks for the tips. So I can apply it to my relationship later. Now I want to jump to the next question is what the impact does extended family and community have on interfaith marriage? Maybe for this question, I will ask to Febri to join this discussion.
I,
Okay.
how can I address you to that? Sorry, Miss Kudasari.
Yeah.
Our extended family and community have on interfaith marriage I'm not sure whether my answer is, I mean, like, I can answer this question or not, but I will try to. Uh, maybe, oh, my God. Maybe, what is it? Family and community, um, the impact, of the extended family and community. Maybe the what do we call the culture, the culture maybe that's the impact. I mean, like, because of the different, I mean, like, different interfaith marriage. So sometimes we get also the impact in the culture. I mean, in terms of the cultures, because the way we do the way we do our faith, and also the way our spouse or our couple, our couple do the the their religions, like Muslim and also Christian, for example. Sometimes uh, we have a different place. We have like special place for us to pray, and then they have also special place to pray. And then maybe if in that family, they will give like this is the place for you, especially for you to to do your obligation as a Muslim. So they are maybe they will be more, what do we call, more open-minded and more tolerant to to other to their new family or extended family. And also, we are as a Muslim. Let's say that we live in Indonesia because we are major. I mean, like, the majority of people in Indonesia is Muslim, and it's easy for us to do our religions. But when it comes to the interfaith marriage, means that we are going to have a different experience. So I do believe that it will impact to our total our respectful. I mean, the way we respect others, the way we value people. So we're gonna be more open-minded and more tolerant to other community or extended family. I think that's I don't know. Am I answering your question or not? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Febri. Yeah, Febri said that the impacts will be the experience, the way to respect the other, and then the value of the people, like that. Okay, Indre want to share his thought. Please welcome.
Yeah, this is really interesting. Yeah, I live the several week in Singapore, and I suppose that there are the several religion that is bigger than Indonesia. In Singapore, there are 17 religion that I suppose that is so fucking much bigger than Indonesia, even though they are in the little population than Indonesia, because I suppose that Indonesia also have a big religion, it's more than 5 or 6. But on the other hand, only 5 and 6 it has been admitted by that country, but it's extremely different with Singapore that have admitted more than 16 religion. Wherever right now I'm in Russia, I live here for 2 years. Yeah, I suppose that there are multicultural religions also that relate each other and make people can marry each other, even different and 2, 3, or 4 religions in the one time. But another situation, one wife for one husband. So this is the difference between our countries and also the several countries that I mentioned before. So what is the impact? Yeah, if this happen, interfaith marriage happens. First, it'll make understanding between a people to another people. So what is the biggest conflict? The big conflict happen it because they don't trying to stand in another side of their enemies. Yeah, because they're only trying to force their opinion. They're trying to force their ideologies that make people disagree each other, and war is created. So this is the reason that if interfaith marriages is happens, it'll make us more respect to others. Yeah, because from that situation, many resolutions or many solutions will come. It because of this situation. It because a multicultural situation, because we don't make them stay in only in one box, but we allow them to see box and another box. Yeah, this is the reason that in bahasa maybe we can call it mengkotak-kotakan. Yeah? So this is the enemies, yeah, that make us get a conflict each other. And the third is what is the result or the impact of this is social pressure and stigma. Yeah, I suppose that we need the start point. Yeah, trying to make it happen. Yeah, with allowing this yeah these regulations. Yeah, with giving access to the people. Yeah, to get married with different religions. Yeah, if they are a good Muslim, yeah, just go to your religion. Don't get married with another religion if you are a good Muslim. But if you're not a good Muslim, the countries will allow you to do that because it's back to you, but it's not back to your countries. Yeah. So this is the reason that our countries is Muslim countries, blah blah blah. We cannot do that, blah blah blah, and others. But in your country is not Muslim. There are other religions too that they can live with welfare and prosperity in that situation. So that's why if you're trying to say that your country is good Muslim, for example, just that religion come to you. Yeah, if you're a good Muslim, don't get married with another country. If you're good Buddhist, don't get married with another person sect Buddhist. If you are a good Christian, don't get married with another religion that Christian. That everything that is back to you as called by human right in this situation. So this is the reason that there are many impacts. Yeah, that will teach us. Yeah, if interfaith marriages will bring us to the good thing or the bad thing. But as far as that we can stand as the multiculturals, why not? Yeah, Muslim with with another religion is like to a Christian, to Buddhist, to Hindus. Yeah, if they love each other, so why not? Yeah, we give them access. Yeah, and afterward it's back to them. Yeah, how they solve the problem. Yeah, how they find the solution. So it's back to them. But we don't restrict them. So this is kind of the point. Thank you.
Thank you, Indre. Thank you so much. Don't restrict them. Now, I want to let you to the new question. Would you be willing to change your religious belief for the sake of marrying someone you love? Now, I want to ask Dedi Mustari first. Are you still joining us?
Wow, thank you for the very hard question. Actually, without you asked me, I'm also willing to actually raise my hand. The answer is no. I would be very frontal with this. I think what should be separated should be separated. But I'm not against for those people who basically choosing or doing interfaith marriage. This is the democratic country. It's not religion country, so you're free of choice to basically marry who you want to, who you love to. So, but in my honest opinion, I'm not religious, but I always believe that something that I'm putting my belief in, it's something that I should also do. And I don't think that I want to change my God just because I love someone. The entity of believing my God itself is way bigger than the way I basically put my feeling towards person. I know that my connection to God is like a one-sided connection. The God never showed it, the true oneself to me. but that one side connection is basically already giving me the time, these all things that I've gotten already. So changing my religion, my belief just for someone, for the sake of love. Actually, guys, I'm not against, again, I have to actually remind this because probably someone in here probably will take a bullet on me. But I just want to clarify that I'm not against those people who want to have an interfaith marriage. But as a person who basically don't get fooled by love, this really weird emotion is just part of brain working on your hormones that creates this systematic type of pattern that when you fall in love to someone, it creates, attachment. But that attachment doesn't guarantee your, long relationship. And changing your is just like you're trying to change. I don't want to say change identity because the religion doesn't actually teach their identity, but it's something that I feel like I was born with it. And I just don't want to say like meeting someone who like 3 or 4 months ago and then just suddenly change my religion that I'm, already with since I was born. You can actually love whoever you want to, but God is the only one that you cannot change. So I'm not willing to do that. But for those who want to, so be it. I'm not against for those people who want to do that. Love is just a part of brain function, doing with that. I'm not doing that for the sake of love. I think it's very clear. But please don't get me wrong, guys. I'm actually okay for you to do that. Okay, so don't get me wrong. So back to the moderator. I hope it answered your question.
Okay, thank you for your side, Daddy. Now I want to
It's Vinita. Sorry, can I give a question to Daddy?
to
To Daddy, because because from Daddy that maybe we can it for if you're trying to mention if religion is part of your brain, so how do you mention that religion is part of what's your body?
I said love is a part of your brain function. It's not interfaith. So I think you take it. I don't say that religion or interfaith is because of the brain function. I think what I want to say, I don't want to change my God from a religion based because for the sake of love. Because I think that
Yeah,
that love is just a part of emotion that your brain works on. It's just a part of hormones, your dopamine when you act. It's very human thing.
that's
And then
interesting.
then religion is basically something that you're born with and you're believing in. And I don't change my religion because of someone. Because basically, to be honest, I'm not. People probably can say that I'm toxic, but I don't need a person. I don't think that you need to get married. To be honest, I'm not saying that people are, because a lot of people today are willing to get married just for the sake of social validation. They just want to get married because, oh yeah, because society are actually forcing you to get married. And then because if you can get married, it means that you're achieving another step of your life. In my opinion, marriage is just optional. I'm so sorry for those people who think that marriage is your obligation. Go be it. In my religion, as a Muslim as well, yes, religion, marriage is basic, and as a Muslim, it has several laws. Basically, talking it's not always obligatory, but for me here in Indonesia, as a democratic country, we are too forcing this social, parodism that you have to go marry. Exactly. They're always for us. Our neighbors always told us, "Oh, when you get married, oh, and so far." But to be honest, I don't see the urgency of that unless that biological reproduction of mine. It's just very biological things. That's the reason why I want to get married. But other than that, I don't think that to be the urgency. When I want to connect with somebody or I want to build relationship. I need to always know the urgency, even to build a relationship. So for those people who who are here have a relationship, go be it. But for me, if I want to have a relationship, not just marriage, but just like a lover and stuff, I need to have the urgency. What's the urgency of having a relationship? And it goes long way to the marriage itself. So for me, yeah, so there's no way that I want to change my religion that I'm always believing in to somebody who I just met 3 or 4 months ago, just the sake of my hormones or my production normality. So that's it. But I'm not against for those people who want to get married. That's really goes back to you. Sorry, Miss Miss Sari.
Iya, siapa itu?
Mimi.
Okay, Andi, what is thought?
Daddy sounds like very, very logical living being man. uh, isn't it? It is just like it is just for me if I could challenge Daddy points, um he's like sound a man that yet not fell in love, because you know what, once someone has been fell in love, right, sometimes their logic are gone away, isn't it, Sari? And maybe Daddy has not yet feeling that kind of feeling, maybe, but we still don't know, or maybe he has already broken so many girls' heart, isn't it, Daddy?
Oh my goodness.
um but uh yeah, maybe in this kind of terms I also like um make the same sound like that is say before. uh Me personally would not change my religious belief, because you know what, um religious beliefs is very, very fundamental and I also cannot believe if someone could barely change their belief just in one side because of fell in love. At a glance, no, I believe it would be uh, impossible for someone to change drastically their fundamental religious belief. If there's someone who changed their religious belief, I would think that actually their belief is not yet by themselves. The belief is not by themselves, but the belief is diwariskan. It is taken from their family. Yeah. So it is not by a personal judgments of believing, but it is just because it is taken from the family. It's the thing. So someone can change their belief because of marriage, but it doesn't mean they really change the belief. They can, as for example, a man has changed the belief, but it doesn't mean that he truly changed the belief. Maybe in the ID card, the religion is changing, but it doesn't mean in the heart, the way he is thinking, until he really believe the religion as the truth. He truly accept the religion. So I think here would be possible for someone to change the belief. It would be possible if someone truly believe the fundamental. So Mary changing the belief because of marrying would be small possible until someone actually changed the belief. So Mary is not the main, wouldn't ever be the main factor of changing the belief. Many cases of the changing of the beliefs to the marriage, not because of the marriage reason, but it is because one of the parties between the couples believe that the really eventually then believe the religion is the truth. That's all I want to say. Thank you. Sorry for the overwords. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Andy. Now I want to hear from the Eka. What is your thought?
So actually, my answer is quite interesting. So from your question, like, would you willing to change your religious beliefs for the sake of marrying someone you love? I think my answer will be no, because I have royal blood and I will not give up my royal blood and my privilege that I have from that. So yeah, so that's actually like I live in Bandung right now, and one of my problem, and it's like that's when it comes to the agreement about the belief that we try to accomplish. So yeah, the same like Mr. Dedi, since I don't have enough choices to find a partner, so that's why I have to say, like, I don't I don't have plan to marry, but if I find the right one to do that, it's just like yeah, maybe I will consider as a option for me. But yeah, I think I also agree with Mr. Andy, since we have to fulfill the administrative duty. So several a lot actually it's not several, but a lot of people in Indonesia, they just like yeah, just change the religion in our identity card and go marry to it's to make it easier for us to. But for me, actually, I don't want to give up the privilege that I have, because that it's really hard to be part of the royal family, and it also comes with the heritage and so on, so on. So yeah, if Rector, if you're interested in me, so I will send you the marriage proposal tomorrow. Just let me know. All right, then, thank you.
Thanks for the proposal, by the way. Okay. Now I want to ask, from the other side, maybe from Shopee. Shopee, can you please share your thought? Because for please.
Okay, Miss. This is very interesting question, and also I've heard all the perspectives from others as well, and I think, yeah, pretty cool. To me personally, I'm not really a religious person, and to be honest, I learned a couple religion. I still questioning my belief actually. Like I'm the phase of my life where I questioning where God should I. This is very sensitive every time I'm mentioning, because every time I mention this sentence, like my friends always Astaghfirullah, stop, istighfar, like don't don't look out or whatever. But this is the truth. I've been questioning myself, like the religion that I believe now is from my parents. I never chose to be this, to believe to this religion. But um if the question is, do I willing to change my religion to my to significant other, I don't think so, because that's the only my parents request to me, that my mom almost told me that you can be whatever you want, like you can pursue dream, like even though it's the opposite of family rules, but one thing that I request you, never change your religion, like never convert to any other religion. That's the only request for me. Like I beg of you. And that's it. From that sentence and from my beloved mom, I'm not gonna change my religion, even though I myself still try to figure out why should I believe this, but uh uh but I think and I hope I never change it until at the end of my life, because yeah, my mom is the most important one, above of everyone, in, including compared to my significant other. I think that's it, Miss.
Thank you, Shopee. Okay.
Sorry,
Oh
previous
yeah,
moderator.
yes.
I'm not. I just want to ask. Does anyone here basically like a married person, or is there anyone here already married? Because if we're talking about infant married without a real proof of someone who get married here, it seems like we're a little bit
Okay.
our heads in the cloud.
Okay, can you all guys, if you have married, can you please give some
Mr. Gede
emoticon?
Eka has married 3 times already. I've been mentioned Iza.
No, I'm already set my eyes on the moderator. You don't have to do that again.
Okay. Okay. Is there someone here married? I actually have been married, but I am divorced now. So, what is your thought? Okay, no one here is married. Okay, so do I. So, who is asking? Daddy or oh yeah, or Andy is asking. Okay, let's keep it. Now I want to jump to the another question. Does religion have an impact on the parenting? How is your told? I want to ask. Yes, Iqbal.
All right, absolutely, it does. Especially in Indonesia, I mean, like, yeah, a lot of parents still follow the rules of religion wherever, like, when they grow their child, and yeah, it really has a big impact to to their children, especially in parenting, because I can say this is really a familiar thing that I see in my environment. Like, I have a lot of friends, not really friends. I have a lot of uh, friends or family where their parents do an interfaith marriage, and I hear that as well from my friend when so who is my friend is grow in a family where his parents are from different religion. On sorry, I'm really nervous to say to tell about the story. On yeah, one of the factors that I can see from my friend, he say it's kind of hard. The first thing that he feel when he grows up, like after 17, he's confused, like what he choose? Should he choose a father religion or mother religion? So the oh my goodness, sorry, I forgot the story. And oh, maybe if you can change to another one, and I will be back for telling this one. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay, no worries, no worries. What I can ask for this? Maybe Dania, you can help me for this.
Yeah, my opinion, does religion have an impact on parenting? It's like it's actually religious is something that we can't see, that we believe in something, and we can see them, but we believe on them. That's faith. And to make the children agree with our perspective, it's really depends to the religion that they have. Do you hear my voice, because in here it's really noisy?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's clear.
Okay. Yeah. So in interfaith marriage have several psychological impact, I think, on the family. Like children experience doubts about the religions. On the other hand, they want to have a religion that is same with their parents or not, and it's gonna impact to their how they see their life, especially in the childhood. Like I see my friend in the elementary school. There he has a different religions. Uh, the parents have different religions, and every time in the religion subject, she always confused like, which subject did I have to follow? Like maybe in this week I follow Muslim, and next week follow Christians, and it's so complicated. And I think the solution of this religion's problem, like Mr. Moonshine said before, about his friend, I guess, who overcome religious obstacles certain by make an agreement with your parents, like uh, if the children was boy, will follow the fathers, and if girl will follow the mothers, so they do not lose their role in accompanying children to know religion from childhood. Then if they are adults, they are given the right to choose their own religion, whether the same as their parents or not. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Dania. Thank you, Dania. And Indre Wanov, please share your thought.
Yeah, does the religion have an impact on parenting? Yeah, if we talk about religion is wide, yeah, there is a culture inside, and also there is a belief, and there are a kind of the thing that we cannot explain uh as scientifically in that situation. So that's why we can say, yeah, religion will give impact not for the belief but for the cultures, yeah, the culture of the religion itself, yeah, how to respect each other, and also how to help each other. So this is one of the cultures that bringing by the religion. But yeah, based on the book that I read, is coming from Abdul Wahid book that mentioned that why Jews as the religion is one of the best religion in this world, that has produces many smartest people in this world, is like Mark Zuckerberg, Karl Marx, Albert Einstein, that I cannot mention one by one. How smart people that's coming from the Jews family. Yeah, it because of what? It because of that culture. Yeah, I will tell you the several ways how Jews, as the religion, tell or teach their children. Yeah, first of all, it's like the culture that waking up in the early morning. So Muslim like this culture, yeah, because Jew is first, then a Muslim. So that's why there are many scientific Muslim scientific Muslim scientists, yeah, imitate the culture of the Jews to wake up in the morning before subuh, trying to read a kind of the books that related to what they like, and afterwards they'll try to open their insights about the world and others, because based on the data that mentioned that if we are studying in the morning, yeah, it'll be easier than if you are studying in the night when you have been tired with your work, with your study and others. So it's coming from the Jews culture. And the second is, yeah, how the Jews doesn't like a kind of the food that will kill, yeah, the intelligences of their babies. Yeah, when the mother is pregnant, yeah, their father, yeah, trying to stop their smoke and also trying to eat many things is like meat, fruit, and other. So that's why it's kind of the supplement that trying to help the children when the mother is pregnant in the situation. So that's why it's really interesting. And the third is, yeah, there are many culture, yeah, that trying to mention that if if uh, if if Jews is one of the best religion, yeah, to educate their children. So the question is, do I have to move to another religion? It's like Jews that I have mentioned before, that coming from the book that I read before. Not because the religion is not talking about the culture and talking about the belief. If in the situations I do love Muslim, yeah, I will do Muslim is because of the belief in the situation. So if the question, does religion have the impact for the parenting? Of course, but it's not to the belief, is for the cultures. So this is my opinion.
Okay, thank you, Indre. Now I want to hear from Dedi Mustari. Maybe you can, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Wow, Mr. Indrea, this is amazing. All right. So I think it's really interesting question. Miss Ari, you really did ask a really such a sensitive yet very interesting question. Um, I think if we're talking about whether or not the religion has an impact on parenting, I think it really does. It really changed the way of the people choose their styles of parenting, especially when it comes to religion. We understand that all religion wants to be um, doing good deeds, proposing the good rules and faith towards the people, their believers. And I think nonetheless, choosing whatever religion you want to basically seems um, the exact result, even though I think that the parenting objective should be rely on what the children are supposed to, like what actually are characteristics of the children. But some religion basically have their specific way of ruling, especially when here in Indonesia, you know, like our religion basic rules, a very specific way of obeying your parents or how you punish your parent, I know your children when it comes to question or when it comes to doing sin, you know, doing something that's sinful. So the way this rules basically being obeyed by those believers, it basically changed the way you see parenting as well. So whether or not you choose the authoritarian parenting style or is like the I don't know what's that called. I'm not really good at parenting because I'm not parent yet.
Dedi?
An investment towards their life. Some people think that these, you know, this belief basically creates, you know, the children are becoming our, um, I don't know, like a saving net when it comes to when you got older as the parents. It really, you know, see that when you do obey your parents, you will have, you know, this kind of what's that called? I forgot the way of saying that. Yeah, it will just like give you the reward from the God. So this type of parenting, though, basically are being changed because of your believing towards, because of the religion. But somehow we have, you know, it's agreed to disagree that we know that all religions are good. So whatever it, you know, whatever the religion that children basically want to worship, the output probably remains the same, even though the way we are being grown or being raised are very different. I think, yeah, it's just a matter of how the parents are basically, like morally logical enough to how they actually implement the parenting based on the condition in their generation. Because in my religion, basically, I think we couldn't actually separate the religion narratives here. In my religion, basically, we always, like teach the way how we should teach our children based on their generation. So, and I don't know whether or not the other religion, I think I should actually read more, this books. I don't know how to say other, keep up in, in English. I'm not sure. Please somebody help me with that. But I believe that, this all religion teaches, a better way of living. I think Mr. Indre already stated that Jewish has created a lot of genius people who've ever born. And I'm not sure whether or not these guys are actually also later on created more um, smart children. So yeah, it's real interesting to call with. As I believe that it really changed the way of you choosing your types of parenting. I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Dedi Mustardi. Okay. Due to the time constraint, it deemed too necessary to draw a conclusion out of our discussion. It's therefore, I let everyone to or anyone to give their 1-minute summary. Let's start from Mr. Ismail Suni Muhammad. Are you still with us? Okay, I will jump to Shopee. Can you please give the conclusion of this discussion?
Okay, Miss. I think you I can only say that you can do whatever you want to pursue, as long as it's still it's still something that you can compromise or accept it in the society. Don't forget the society, because even though this is not a conclusion, but even though this is about because marriage is not only about you and your partner, but it's conclude the whole families as well. I think that's it, Miss.
Thank you, Shopee. And then I want to jump into February. Can you please share it out?
Yeah. What did I say? Conclusion?
Give a
What?
conclusion.
Okay. Marriage soon, guys. That's the conclusion. If you have, I mean, like, if you have your boyfriend, if you have your girlfriend, and you are comfortable enough with that, so go marry. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Febri. Now I want to jump to Iqbal. Can you
All
please
right,
give
thank
it
you.
conclusion?
So, yeah, whether right now you have like a boyfriend or girlfriend from different religion, when you are like deciding to get married soon or as soon as possible, and both of you are from interfaith, you need to consider a lot of things, because like Miss Sophie said, it's not just about both of you. Yeah, because but also it will give an impact to your children's in the future on, yeah, and maybe it could be a problem as well in your big family. And yeah, you need to consider and rethink it again, maybe many times, until like both of you believe that it will not be a big problem because you believe in each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Iqbal. Now I want to jump into Dedi Mustari. Please share it out.
I should conclude again. I think I'm talking too much, miss.
Only, yeah, maybe you can give one sentence.
Infant married. Go ahead if you want to be, if you want to do it. If you don't do it. That's okay. Indonesia is a democratic country. That's all.
Thank you. I want to hear from Andy.
Marriage in Indonesia for different religion is still possible, according to the law, as already mentioned, but it's still be the homework for the government if the marriage, the interfaith marriage, it's not Abrahamic religion. I think it should still there is a law that underlies it. Thank you.
Thank you. Now last from Gede Eka, please share it out.
So, Muslim population in Indonesia is 180 million. Christianity is 40 million. Hindu is 14 or 15 million. And Buddha is 12 or 13 million. So it means that I think you should put a lot of effort to find your true love from your religion, because interfaith marriage is really hard. So I suppose that you don't have to do interfaith, just put effort to find your true love for your own religion.
Okay, thank you. Thank you all guys for joining this discussion. Thank you for helping me to better understanding to this topic. Can we please take a picture? Okay, please open up your cameras so I can screen you up. Dedi, Shopee, Iqbal, Febri, Suni, if you can open your cameras.
Mr. Sunshine, turn on the camera.
I think he is already sleeping. Oh, now I know your face. And okay, so I will take a screenshot of you all guys. Please give the best pose. 1, 2, and 3. One more time. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, thank you for tonight. If you want to catch me up on Instagram, you can visit my profile. It's in PUDAKKK with triple K. And see you in another discussion tonight.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you, Miss
much.
Budak, Miss
Bye.
Hari.
Thank you so
Budak.
much.
Yeah. Okay, guys, I will share the feedback later in the WhatsApp group because I need to go right now. The coverage is getting close. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for attending our discussion tonight. See you in the next week. Bye. Yesterday we say tomorrow.
Hey, tomorrow's Monday. No.
Okay, see you guys.
Oh my God.
Thank you.